If God was giving out sexually transmitted diseases to people as a punishment for sinning, then you would be at the free clinic all the time.
Is that the boy whose funeral you're planning?
Where'd you hear that?
Well, I just heard the rumors, but I didn't actually believe it was true. Now, I don't like to hurt anyone's feelings, but if these boys hadn't been doing what they do, they wouldn't be getting what's coming to them now.
Imogene, gays aren't the only ones getting it.
No, but they're the ones who started it.
Actually, nobody knows how it got started. Gays are just one of the first groups that showed up in.
Yes, and for a good reason. You reap what you sow, and you boys brought this on yourselves. As far as I'm concerned, this disease has one thing going for it. It's killing all the right people.
That clip was from Designing Women, which is a popular sitcom that ran from 1985 to 1993. It is about a designing house in Atlanta run by Julia Sugarbaker. And in this particular clip, a young man who has been diagnosed with AIDS comes to basically the designer house to have his funeral designed by the ladies. And another customer named Imogene has some very strong opinions about that are obviously largely homophobic and sex-shaming and horrible.
I believe this is God's punishment for what they've done.
Oh, yeah? Then how come lesbians get it less?
That is not for me to say. I just know that these people are getting what they deserve.
Imogene, get serious. Who do you think you're talking to? I've known you for 27 years, and all I can say is, if God was giving out sexually transmitted diseases to people as a punishment for sinning, then you would be at the free clinic all the time.
The show's creator, Linda Bloodworth-Thomason, her mother actually, through a blood transfusion, became HIV positive and then died. And I think it was someone in the hospital at the time, said to her that AIDS was killing all the right people. So I think that to her, there was a very specific desire to use this platform to educate people and to show that these conservative attitudes are horrible and need to be addressed. The idea that this virus was targeting a community that deserved to receive it, this was very accurate to speaking again to some of the ideological views that people hold and around shaming people and stigmatizing people for their behaviors and suggesting that the virus is a form of judgment.
I didn't even know you were gay.
Well, I am, but you don't have to be. You should have seen the hospital ward I was just in. On one side, I had a 65-year-old grandfather who got it from a blood transfusion. And on the other, an 18-year-old girl who got it from her boyfriend who got it from a girl he used to date.
Oh, Kendall, I feel so terrible. We didn't even know you were in the hospital.
Was your family here?
No, my parents are pretty upset.
I can imagine.
Actually, they're more upset about the gay part. They didn't know. So that's why I want to make sure my funeral is completely paid for, you know. I don't want them getting stuck with any of my bills.
It was interesting to watch this scene because there were so many people back then when I first found out about myself in '89 who reacted that way. And I didn't come out to a lot of people back then. I became more open about it after I got to New York.
The show was very intentionally trying to educate and highlight realities about the virus, but also too in terms of kind of showcasing how these conservative, like religious ideologies that were passing blame on the community were cruel and foolish and wrong.
The idea that this was on television in '87, that's groundbreaking, I believe, for them to address such a heavy subject